Yeah, I mean, there was no time really to leave the hotel by the time you get there. I mean, it's like a 13-hour day at the place. And then what was your travel time? It must have been 30 to 45 minutes.
Well, at first it was 20 minutes, and then we almost fell off the bridge. So,
Oh, you gotta tell that story.
So, okay, should I tell that story? That's a funny story.
You have to tell that story.
Sounds like a good story.
So, everyone was from out of town. No one was from New York, I guess, including these bus drivers that were driving these huge mega buses.
And they weren't real bus drivers, right?
No. So one of them was like an accountant, and I don't know if maybe they quickly got their CDL license, because I think you have to have a specific license to drive those things. I'm not sure.
They do. You're supposed to.
Yeah. So I don't know if they like bypassed it or they got it real quick, or I don't know. But anyways, it was this like really sweet Asian man, and the normal route we took was closed off. Not sure why. So he decided to take a different route. And I should have known, because we go on this ramp and he's like squeezing through and like going like 1 mile an hour. And I don't know anything about New York. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess this is what happens when you don't have like proper streets. And all of a sudden, like, he starts slowing down because he's on what we thought at the time the bike lane. And so then like we had a girl on the bus and she starts panicking, like screaming at the top of her lungs, and so she throws everyone off and she's like, we're gonna die. And I've always wondered what it's like when people know they're gonna die in the moments before, and that was definitely it. Everyone was like in a panic. They all were screaming, and then like I look over through the window and it's like this little railing and water. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, like my worry wasn't that he wasn't going to make it through, but if the bridge would support the weight. And I was like, stop screaming at him. Like, he's driving, you're freaking him out. And I'm telling this girl, like, I'm like,
you're not helping.
Are you calmly saying this, or you're like, girls, stop it right now? You're freaking everybody
I was trying to be empathetic because having a full blown panic attack. So I'm like, put your head between your like legs, like just breathe, you're gonna pass out or something. And then the girls in the back are like, stop the bus, I'm getting off. So the bus driver doesn't know what to do. He slams on the brakes, he opens the door, and there's no way you could get out, you would fall. So like they all try to get out and they're like, okay, no, just kidding. And so I'm like, me and Ian were like, you guys need to calm down, like you need to let him drive through this. And there was these like poles that he almost didn't squeeze under, and we finally got through, and everyone like ran out of the bus like crying, like we almost died. One of the girls was like, I thought coronavirus was gonna kill me, not this. Like, it was
there you go.
Something. So
another thing on the list that's more scary than coronavirus.
So what happened to the accountant driver afterwards?
Oh my gosh. I've never heard him again, so I think he lost his job, unfortunately. I feel bad for him.
So
wasn't
sad.
there on that was the day that you guys were all like 3 hours late. And wasn't there like a dump truck that flipped over? Like as soon as you got off the bridge and through that situation, then there was a dump truck on its side?
Yeah. Literally, you got off the ramp and then you went down and it was like completely turned over. So, which is also why we like ran out. And I think we were stuck for like an hour and 45 minutes. And then another bus came to pick us up because, I mean, that dump truck was probably there for like 5 more hours. So yeah, we were late that day.
That was wild.
Poor night shift.
And then I believe one of our lovely nurses from Michigan lit that bus driver up.
Yeah, and she's a sweetheart, but she was very like frustrated. And she was very mean to him in that moment. She was like, well, she said some words we won't use.
She said things.
Things like you didn't think would come out of this woman's mouth?
No, we knew.
Oh, very much like her personality, yeah. But
she was an open book. We knew what we were doing with her.
It's a great experience.
Oh, that sounds
wild.
You didn't talk about this when you came back.
Well, I didn't have to deal with the bus.